Rome was not supposed to fall. For nearly 1,000 years, it ruled the known world with unmatched power, discipline, and ambition. Its armies conquered continents, its laws shaped civilizations, and its emperors claimed authority backed by gods themselves. Yet in the end, this empire of stone and steel collapsed into ruin. How did the greatest power of the ancient world rise from a single city on the Tiber River to dominate millions? And why did it ultimately crumble from within and without? To understand the modern world, we must first understand how Rome rose, how it ruled, and how it fell. Long before Rome became an empire, it was a small settlement surrounded by powerful rivals. According to tradition, the city was founded in 753 BCE on the banks of the Tiber River in central Italy. Its location was strategic. The river provided trade routes, while nearby hills offered natural defense. Rome sat at the crossroads of the Mediterranean world, positioned between the wealthy Greek colonies to the south and the advanced Etruscan civilization to the north. In its earliest centuries, Rome was ruled by kings, some of them Etruscan, who introduced urban planning, religious rituals, and political structures. But in 509 BCE, the Romans overthrew their monarchy and created a republic built on shared power and strict social hierarchy. Political authority was divided among elected magistrates, a powerful senate, and popular assemblies. While this system favored elite families, it also created a culture that valued duty, discipline, and service to the state. Beyond Rome's borders, the Mediterranean world was dominated by competing powers. Carthage controlled trade in the western seas. The Greek city-states shaped philosophy and warfare, and the Hellenistic kingdoms inherited the legacy of Alexander the Great. Rome was not yet the strongest among them. What set it apart was adaptability. Roman leaders absorbed foreign ideas, copied military tactics, and reshaped them into something uniquely Roman. This story matters because Rome did not rise through destiny alone. Its growth was driven by choices, conflicts, and compromises that still echo today. Roman law, government, language, and infrastructure became foundations of Western civilization. To understand how Rome achieved this influence, we must follow its long journey from vulnerable city to global empire. As the Roman Republic expanded beyond its city walls, war became the engine of its growth. Rome's first major test came in Italy itself, where it fought neighboring Latin cities, Samnite tribes in the rugged Apennine Mountains, and rival Greek colonies in the south. Victory did not mean destruction alone. Conquered peoples were often absorbed into Rome's system, bound by alliances, military obligations, and, in some cases, the promise of citizenship. Each war made Rome stronger, richer, and more confident. The struggle with Carthage transformed Rome from a regional power into a Mediterranean giant. During the Punic Wars, Rome faced its greatest early threat in the Carthaginian general Hannibal, who led his army across the Alps and shattered Roman forces in a series of devastating battles. Rome survived not through brilliance alone, but through endurance. It raised new armies, refused to surrender, and eventually carried the war into Carthage's homeland. By 146 BCE, Carthage was destroyed, and Rome dominated the Western Mediterranean. Expansion brought immense wealth, enslaved populations, and vast territories, stretching from Spain to Greece. But success carried a hidden cost. Small farmers were pushed off their land by wealthy elites, and inequality deepened. Reformers like the Gracchi brothers attempted to redistribute land and ease social tension, only to be killed for challenging the Senate's authority. Political violence, once unthinkable, became a tool of power. Military loyalty began to shift from the state to individual generals. Figures like Gaius Marius and Lucius Cornelius Sulla used personal armies to seize control of Rome itself, setting a dangerous precedent. By the 1st century BCE, the Republic was strained by civil war, corruption, and ambition. Rome still conquered the world abroad, but at home, its political system was beginning to break under the weight of its own success. The turning point came not with a single invasion, but with a slow, grinding collapse that no emperor could fully stop. After centuries of expansion, Rome reached its greatest extent in the 2nd century CE under Emperor Trajan. From Britain to Mesopotamia, the empire stood at the height of its power. But holding this vast territory proved far more difficult than conquering it. Political instability weakened the empire from within. Emperors rose and fell at an alarming speed, many murdered by their own guards. The crisis of the 3rd century shattered any illusion of stability, as civil wars, economic collapse, and foreign invasions struck simultaneously. Rome's currency lost value, trade networks faltered, and entire provinces broke away. Though emperors like Diocletian and Constantine temporarily restored order through reforms and centralized authority, they could not reverse the deeper decay. Pressure on Rome's borders intensified. Germanic tribes pushed south and west, while the Persian Empire challenged Roman power in the east. In 410 CE, the unthinkable happened when the city of Rome itself was sacked by the Visigoths. Though the empire survived, the psychological shock was immense. The idea of Rome as eternal was shattered. The final blow came in 476 CE, when the last Western Roman emperor was deposed by a Germanic general. There was no dramatic last stand, no final battle to save the empire. Instead, Rome faded, its institutions hollowed out, its authority replaced by new kingdoms rising from its ruins. The empire that once ruled the world had finally fallen. The fall of the Western Roman Empire did not mean the end of Rome's influence. Even as political control fragmented, the legacy of Roman law, architecture, language, and governance endured, shaping the foundation of modern Europe. Latin, once the tongue of emperors and senators, evolved into the Romance languages, while Roman legal codes influenced European judicial systems for centuries to come. Roads, aqueducts, and monumental buildings continued to inspire engineers and architects long after the empire's political collapse. In the East, the Byzantine Empire preserved Roman traditions, art, and administration for another 1,000 years, standing as a living testament to Rome's enduring power. Christianity, which had become the empire's official religion under Constantine, spread across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, carrying with it Roman organizational structures and cultural influence. Politically, the vacuum left by Rome's decline allowed new kingdoms and empires to rise, from the Germanic kingdoms in the west to the Carolingian Empire and beyond. Rome's story became a cautionary tale and a source of inspiration, a symbol of both human ambition and vulnerability. The idea of empire, centralized authority, and civilization itself would always be measured against the Roman example. Today, the Roman Empire remains an unparalleled benchmark in world history, a civilization whose achievements, failures, and lessons continue to resonate today. Its rise and fall remind us of the fragility of power, the complexity of governance, and the enduring impact of culture, law, and human ambition on the course of history. What do you think was the single most important factor in the rise and fall of the Roman Empire? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Rome's epic story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more historical documentaries that bring the past vividly to life. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a journey through history, from empires and revolutions to the moments that shaped the world we live in today.